Jasleen, why am I being overlooked on Instagram? I'm posting from a year for my business. I haven't found my soul tribe on Instagram. I haven't found my dream customers and other coaches or other therapists in the industry. You know, people are engaging with them, they're being relatable, and I'm being overlooked. I get this question asked all the time. Hello, YouTube family. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jaslyn Kaur, and I'm a business coach. Let me know if ever, as a business owner, you have posted a post on Instagram, and then after posting it, you, a couple of hours later, you went back to Instagram and you checked how many likes, how many comments, how many people viewed it, okay? And you kept checking, and you kept wondering, wow, this number is bad, that I would really love these many likes, these many comments, these many reshares. Can you relate? Okay, I can relate because I used to do this also. This is such a normal thing to do if you have been raised in a household where you were told to be on your best behavior, be the good girl, and make sure everybody likes you. Okay, I don't know about you, but the household that I grew up, I was always, if I, as a child, let's say somebody came to my house and they're bald, okay, and as a child, I have not seen a lot of bald people in my life, and I get curious and I get excited and I blurt out, oh my god, he's bald. I remember my mom would cover my mouth and be like, go wish, don't say that. Or I would be excited about some things and my parents would be like, speak in a ladylike manner. Don't be too loud. And then I learned to dim my own light. I learned to play small. I learned that, oh, being authentic, what is not accepted by the society. This is what I learned. Being authentic is not safe. And I would, they would, I would get maybe like somebody would scold me if I'm being authentic. And this was such a big block in my business because I really could not speak my truth. you know Whatever we do, we have a relationship with everything. Okay, you have a relationship with food, you have a relationship with exercising, you have a relationship with yourself, you have a relationship with money, you also have a relationship with your marketing. Okay, when your intention behind marketing is that, okay, I'm gonna make this video and I'm gonna make sure I look great. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I do my makeup, so that people take me seriously. And then I'm gonna make the video. And before I make the video, I'm gonna write it down and I'm gonna copy exactly what I wrote down because it's not safe. I have to be perfect. I have to please my audience. It's not safe to be authentic. And I don't know where I heard this, but um, I forgot the author, but I read somewhere that if you are living your life and nobody hates you, you are a nobody. You have not contributed anything to the society. And that actually, it stuck with me because my people pleasing my people pleasing parts were coming in my business, and I was really not saying the truth. I was not being authentic because I was scared to offend somebody. If I say the truth, people are gonna get offended. And I saw this in my childhood, and the little girl inside of me, my inner child, felt really scared of doing that in my business. So my business, the marketing that I was doing was basically being run with the idea that, okay, I have to please my audience, and then I will get customers, and then I will get sales. Okay. But if you think about marketing in a completely different perspective, like I'm going to challenge you. Okay. What if you already claimed that you are the creator of your life? What if you already decided in your mind beyond doubt that even beyond my doubt, I know I have a successful business. I like my business is overflowing with customers, with sales, with clients, and I'm just in such a beautiful place that I, from that overflow, I want to serve, I want to gift humanity something. And with that intention, from that overflow, okay, you posted, let's say, a video where your intention behind that video was that before posting, you said that, oh, my beloved God, bless this video, and whoever needs to hear this message, please send this video to that person. And I post. And then I don't worry about the likes, the comments, the reshares, whatever it is, because my original intention was to help somebody. And this is the rule I want you, not the rule, but if you know that your video is going to help one soul, you post it. You post it because your intention with marketing is not that, oh, I'm going to post whatever so that the algorithm sees me. I'm going to post this thing so that people take me seriously. Or I'm going to say something very geeky so that people believe that I have authority, that I have value, that proving energy. How many of you can relate? Okay. So the way to resolve this is, first, I want you to write this question down. What is my relationship with marketing? And whatever comes up, I want you to take a journal, okay? For 3 pages, your intention is to write this question: what is my relationship with marketing? And for 3 pages, do not lift your finger. Even if nothing comes to your mind, start writing. When you write on paper, your subconscious mind gets activated. It's ideomotor neurons, because when you're writing, the ideomotor neurons get activated in your subconscious mind, and the information that you are not even aware of comes on paper. Okay. And you guys, I had the longest resistance to doing this activity. Okay. I kid you not, for 1 year, I would, not even 1 year, for a long period of time, I would complain to my coach, I'm not seeing results, I'm not seeing results. And I was not journaling. I love meditation, but I didn't do, whenever I sat down for journaling, I would just get distracted. I would start doing random stuff. like like one time I remember I was like, okay, I have 1 hour, I'm just gonna focus on journaling, I'm not gonna use my phone, I'm not gonna. And you know what I started doing? My friend had emailed me her photos, okay? And I started, and she said that, hey, here is 400 pictures. I want you to select 6 pictures that you think are the best. And I was like, what? I was like, sure, you want me to select 6 pictures that I think are the most beautiful? Sure, I can do that. I have these journal prompts that my coach gave me, so that those journal prompts was supposed to help me have a successful business. But a part of me was not ready to face my blocks because I didn't believe that I could actually be successful. So a part of me was like, oh, you'll never be successful. So don't even try. So I had assumed failure in my mind. And then the part of me that assumed failure, that part protected me for not being hurt. Because in order to be successful, I knew somewhere that I had to start speaking my truth. I have to be uncomfortable. I have to release people pleasing. So I was not ready for that. So I suffered, and I suffered. And I ruined my health. I wasted potential. So many souls could have been helped. It's not wastage, but I just took a long route. So you know how if you follow the signs on a hike, you get to the top. But if you don't follow the signs, you can still get to the top, but you have to make your own path and you have to get lost. Maybe in finding the new path, you're feeling scared. You're feeling like you'll never get. Um, Sorry, guys, I have to take this. Hold on. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. So I would make any excuse, but not to do my journaling. I would call my friend and anyways, doesn't matter. There was so much resistance coming in. So if you feel resistance, okay, you tell yourself, oh, I don't want to write 3 pages up on this question. I want you to tell yourself that by not writing this, there is some part of you that actually doesn't want to solve this. There's some part of you that is enjoying not being successful in your business. Okay. That old identity is being threatened. Listen to me. Your new identity is somebody who's already successful, who's already fully booked, who's already uh, um, highly engaged on social media, whose posts are highly engaged on social media. That's your new identity. But your old identity is the overlooked identity, right? Now you are leeching to your old identity because you fear the unknown, okay? So you have to be brave, okay? You have to be like, I'm going to do a face off with my current identity and I'm going to make aware what I'm not aware of. And you're going to write, what is your relationship with marketing? What if you told people the truth that this is what you believe in? And if you don't and if people hate you for it, some people are going to hate you, some people are going to love you, but your intention is not to seek validation. Your intention is not to seek approval, okay? You are showing up as a leader, okay? Any great leader, look at all the great leaders from the past. They spoke the truth and they were willing to be criticized. They put themselves out there. They gave a speech with so much conviction that people were like, yes, I resonate with that too. But you cannot show up as a leader if you are still scared to be disliked, okay? The probability of you being a business owner and being criticized or being made fun of or being bullied, like it's quite high and it's quite normal because when you show up in your truth, people who do not speak their truth, they are going to be activated and you are going to do them a favor. Listen to me. There are some people who are going to love your content, and that's great. You're doing service, right? The haters you're also doing a service to the haters because they are being activated, they're being triggered. So whenever I am triggered, like I always know whenever I'm triggered, I need to alchemize that block. So whosoever triggers me on social media, I'm going to be thankful to them. So you are actually doing a favor if you trigger people on social media. I remember I posted this content that, take bold steps in your business, follow your intuition. For example, when I wanted to be a full time therapist in my private practice as a business owner, I like when I graduated, I was doing Uber. So my intuition was telling me quit Uber and go all in your business. But I didn't have any savings. So my logical mind was like, are you crazy? You know, I delayed it for 1 month, I delayed it for second month, but the third month I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to trust God and I'm going to trust this intuition. And I succeeded because I followed my intuition and I was sharing this. And then this woman said that, oh my God, uh, like, I don't know what she said, but she said that you are encouraging people to go into debt. Now, I was just sharing my story, but it triggered a part of, I'm not saying it triggered a part of her, but maybe somewhere in somewhere in her psyche, she must have thought she wanted to do something bold. Her intuition was telling maybe quit job and go all in your business, but she wasn't trusting her intuition. And she got triggered. And then she said that, you were spreading misinformation, whatever that comment was. But if I know that my content is helping one soul, I am going to post it. I'm going to share my story, even though it sounds illogical, even though if my stories sound illogical, I'm still going to share it because I know my intention is to help people. If if from the intention of marketing is helping people, let me say that again. Marketing is helping people. Marketing is not so that you can sell your product, you can be more visible. That's an added bonus. Don't lead with that, don't lead with that intention. You're going to be overlooked because it's not coming from a whole place. If you know that you are whole, you are happy, no matter what your business is doing, no matter if people like you or not, no matter if you have sales or not, you are whole, you're happy, you're divine. You know that that identity is fully embodied. You'll say whatever on Instagram, you wouldn't care. You would just keep doing what you want to do. And that is service. Mark, you're helping people by showing up as a leader who does not care what other people think. You are showing up authentically. You are releasing your voice. As women, we are always like, from the last century, there has been a downfall for our gender, where we have been abused, where we have been controlled, where we have been told that this is what we can do, this is what we cannot do. And it's being a woman is vulnerable, and putting yourself out there, you are exposing yourself not only to the judgment of others, but you're also exposing yourself to the judgment of you. I remember I did not post my full body on social media because I had gained some fat, and instead of loving my body for going through so much trauma and gaining that fat, I would feel ashamed for that fat. And I was like, why am I ashamed? This fat kept me safe. I love my body. I still look great in double XL. Like, I had I had to change. I had to release shame because that shame was not helping me whatsoever. It was keeping me hidden. I was hiding from my audience. So I was hiding, I was not saying my truth, I was scared that I would trigger people. I was being essentially a good girl. I was, the 5-year-old me was running my social media. And one day I was like, you know what? This is it. I am no longer playing small. I am going to post every day, and I'm not going to plan what I post. I'm just going to speak my truth. I'm just going to share what worked for me. And then I would listen to that video. And if I knew there was one gem in that video, I would hit post. It wasn't about how I looked, it wasn't about who I would trigger. It was only the sole intention for that video was to help other people. And I was done hiding. I was done not being successful because even before trying, I had assumed I'm going to fail. I had this notion that so many business I had tried failed. Why would the therapy business work, right? So the old programming was running the show. So if you are a new business owner, you have if you have a desire to be a business owner, that desire was there because your soul knew that was possible. Think about this. Do you ever get a desire to be a 9 to 5 employee? Do you ever get a desire to create art? It wasn't that you didn't get that desire in your heart because that is not what your higher self craves in the form of purpose, in the form of unknown experiences. Maybe in lifetimes before you've already had those experiences, and in this lifetime you want to be the Lord God of your being. You want to be free. You want to make your own bread. You want to be sovereign. You want to prove it to yourself that you are the creator of your reality, and not just because you read a book, but you're applying that book in day to day lives, and you treat it as exploration, as experimentation, and creativity, and being yourself. If you take this whole posting thing as that, watch what happens to your business. Watch what happens to your business when you start getting DMs. Wow, like your videos helped me. Thank you so much. You changed my life. Thank you so much. When you get messages like that, I promise you, everything you did, everything you overcame was worth it because the leader you became, it was never about the money. It was about the journey where you faced uncertainty, you pushed yourself, you changed your old programming, and you persevered and you did not give up. And then that becomes the new game. So stop pleasing your audience and start telling the audience a truth, your truth. That way, they know when they hear the truth, some part of them activates and they are inspired to change. They are inspired to do the unlimited. And you are acting as that catalyst. You are not meant to be liked by everyone. You are so unique. Okay, there's so many human beings on this planet. Do you think if you if your goal is to be liked by everyone on this planet, you wouldn't be yourself? Because when you're being yourself, people who also have those values would be drawn to you. But those soul aligned friends, those soul aligned community, that soul aligned relationship will not be attracted to you unless you fully claim that you are a soul in this human body. You are an awareness in this human body. You are divine. You came from source. You are one with source. You can do anything. Whatever you place in your prefrontal lobe, on your whatever you dream, if the worst case scenario, you can get obsess or worst case scenario. How would your energy change with best case scenario? Okay, allow yourself to show up imperfectly. Allow yourself to start with whatever you have. I know before I wanted to start YouTube, I was like, I don't have a camera. Doesn't matter, I don't have a mic. Does not matter. I knew I had to start somewhere. And in the future, all the opportunities would come to me. But if you don't take action, if you do not journal, if you do not face your blocks, then who will? Then you also have to accept that maybe it's not safe for you to face those parts. And then that's also okay, right? Just like in a toxic relationship, you keep going back, you keep going back, you keep going back. And when the pain of staying in that toxic relationship is greater than the pain of change, then you change. So, running your business with toxic mindset, with people pleasing mindset, you keep on doing that until the pain of staying there is greater than the pain of changing, and then you will change. So I want you to be very compassionate to yourself, because here's the thing, when you're already successful in the future, okay, do you think you would need more compassion then, or do you think you would need more compassion now? So do not be harsh on yourself. Do not be harsh on yourself. I want you to do this exercise. If you are listening to this video, something inside you wants to be a full-time business owner. Something inside you wants to have financial freedom. Something inside of you wants to travel. Something inside of you wants to be independent of something inside you wants to be boss of your own time. This exercise will change your life. Journal. What is your relationship with marketing? Are you speaking your truth? Are you judging your appearance? Are you okay with showing up imperfectly? I was so insecure about my accent, my weight. I was so scared of being seen. I was so scared of judgment. Like, so many insecurities I had. And the only person that was judging me was me. So the side effect of doing all of this is that you'll fall in love with yourself. You'll stop judging yourself. And that's a win. This work is so important than any work you do, because we cannot love anybody if we first cannot love ourselves. We cannot have a successful business is made up of relationships with human beings. And those relationships are divine. But if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, how are you supposed to have a good relationship with your clients? How are you supposed to have good relationship with your followers? How are you supposed to have a good relationship even as being a customer of other businesses? Would you like, once you're doing all of this, when you go and buy anything from anybody, pay any bills, you would have so much reverence for that business that you're supporting. You would not spend money with fear, but you would spend money with deep reverence, that you are associating yourself with that business, and your money is going to help that business so much. And because of that, money is going to come 20 times more. I know I'm dissecting to money consciousness a little bit, but all of this is connected. You are an awareness in this body. Everything is a mirror. Take that feedback and change yourself. Alchemize your limiting belief and experience the experience of being a business owner. I read this quote somewhere that if you're chasing money, that's a fool's game. And I'm butchering this, by the way. But if you're chasing happiness, money will follow. Like, I cannot even tell you guys. Okay, I grew up in a room, okay, where I had my wardrobe, and the wardrobes in India were made out of wood. So there was so much bacteria in that wood that that wood was being destroyed. So my closet um, would have holes. And I loved teaching so much that I would like, I'm the eldest, and I would have my baby brother was born he's 8 years younger to me. So I taught him ABC. Okay. So I loved teaching so much. I would make him sit on the bed, and I would take a chalk and I would write on my closet and I would teach it to him. And that would give me so much pleasure because I just loved teaching. Like, I came alive when I taught something. I had this desire to be a teacher um, when I was young. And I remember I did not care back then that the sentences couldn't be written properly on that broken wooden closet, because as a child I didn't care that I was teaching on a broken wooden closet. But and that is so beautiful. So be a child. Okay, be a child and be happy and have fun with your videos. I even the way I have fun is, I would like curl my hair. Like, this would give me so much joy. And I was just like, when I curl my hair, I feel like really happy because I love curls. I love, how my hair is looking. And when I get to teach like this, I'm even more happy because I'm recording this on Zoom currently, and I'm looking at myself and I'm like, I look so beautiful. And with that energy, I want to talk about the subjects that move me. And these points that I'm giving you, like, I was talking to a client this morning, and this came up, and I was like, so many of us women are raised in this people pleasing society, and we don't even know we play so small. And I don't want anybody, even a man, I don't want even a man to play small in life. Dream big. You know, God only knows what you know. What you ask, God will only give you that. If you don't ask, God will not give you more. So with yourself, you can't pass all these tests, but with God, you can do it. So experiment with your business. Do not worry, okay? Do not worry. The best way to kill worry is to just accept. Like, when I remember when I quit Uber without any savings and I jumped all into my business, it worked out. But at that time, I thought I was not going to pay rent. And you know what? I was like, okay, I will go live with my parents. Like, that's literally the worst thing that can happen is me living with my parents or me living in a park. And I kid you guys not, I would go to the park and sit there for 1 hour, 2 hours, and I was like, "You know what? Life wouldn't be bad if I lived in the park and I was homeless." So, play out your worries. They're so big in our minds, but when you actually play out the scenarios, it's like it's an illusion. Fear is an illusion. Lack is an illusion. It's not real. It's your ego mind trying to keep you small and in that small identity. Okay? But you get to tell your ego that now you are in charge. You create the rules. You are the boss. And you are done playing small. You're going to go after your dreams and you're going to have a large, big life. Why not? You cannot exhaust the potentials of God. You cannot exhaust the resources of God. Your desires are not that big enough. I'm sorry. That is the truth. You are unlimited. You are successful. You are divine. You are creative. And I know once you change your relationship with marketing, everything will change. But first, you have to make that decision that you get to experience a different reality in your marketing. It starts with you. For those of you who have a desire in your heart to be fully transformed, to be supported, book a free 15-minute discovery call with me. The link is in the description, and I would love to support you as your business coach. I love you.